Welcome back to the Shakira Miriam Show. I'm your host, the beautiful Shakira Miriam. And today I wanted to talk about something that I saw on Instagram. So, Mr. Jay Versace, for those of you who are unaware, he got popular on Vine. And now he is a popular producer, very talented. And he's also in the fashion scene as well, okay? And he recently made a tweet. And he said, "Why does it feel like you have to look extra African to be a successful model? I don't like that." So, a lot of people felt some type of way about this. Some people felt like he was being xenophobic. Some people felt like he had a point. Personally, I'm not going to lie, there's truth to his statement. When it comes to the modeling industry, it's not that they aren't inclusive of black women, but they don't hire many of us. So, what I'm trying to say is, an agency will have, light-skinned women, and they'll have brown-skinned women, and they'll have dark-skinned women. But when it comes to monoracial women that are not racially ambiguous, they normally pick one or two black girls. They're normally dark skinned. And they normally have two different looks, which is either being the dark skin with the shaved head or the dark skin that looks like the black Barbie. And there's never an in-between. And coming from a girl who has tried to pursue modeling, okay? Who has tried to get signed to agencies, who has the look, who gets the pictures, as you can see, okay? Coming from me, I'm telling you right now, I was rejected by 70 modeling agencies. 70. And every time I tell people that, they cannot believe me. They cannot believe it. Ever since I was 5 years old, everybody, not even since I was 5 years old, since before that, but since I can remember, at least, everybody has told me that I should be a model. Literally. Every single time I step outside the house, a stranger goes up to me and tells me, "Wow, you are so beautiful. Like, are you a model?" Literally. I'm not, like, I wish I was exaggerating, but I'm not. Like, if I recorded myself one day, throughout the whole entire day, I promise you would catch at least one stranger going up to me and telling me that. So my whole life, I've always wanted to do it. And I have the talent, clearly, and all that. But when I applied for agencies, you know what they said to me? They said, "We already have somebody with your look." And I was a little bit confused. But then I started to see a pattern. A lot of these agencies don't push multiple black women. They get their one or two dark skins, maybe one monoracial brown skin girl. They get a light skin, and then they have a whole 100 of white girls that all look the same and are very regular. But when it comes to black women, it's like they'll hire like 5. And then they say that's it. So there's not much room for black women to grow in the modeling industry, because once they pick their little select few, that's it. And then if you don't fit that description of being the dark skin with the shaved head or the dark skin with the black Barbie look, you won't really go as far. Or you won't be a famous model at that. You may get booked, but we're talking about famous models. We're talking about the Naomi Campbells. We're talking about the Aduts. I might be saying her name wrong, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, we're talking about the Ducky Thoughts. Those are girls that a lot of people know when it comes to the modeling industry. Anouk is another one too. And look at all of them. What do they look like? I am living proof that the modeling industry is not inclusive. Because I have the same look as all these girls. I'm not going to even try to sound humble. I'm that bitch. No shade. Like, I can be the Black Barbie and the editorial. And I do both of those looks very well. And I know many black girls, just like myself in real life, who serve the same way I do. And they struggle in the modeling industry as well. Because like I said, once they have their select few, which are these girls for the decade, they're done. And I'm not the only person who speaks on this. There's dark-skinned models who are in the industry as we speak who have made videos about this. Take a look at this next video.
They did. And I told them this, and I was like, every dark-skinned model has to have short hair. And why? I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I think it's just, to me, and in that moment, was they don't want to deal with the fact that they have to style it or have to deal with how to come up with style.
And this is pissing me off, honestly, because where are we? We're in 2025. How you still don't know how to do with black people hair? No.
That's true.
You personally, would you had loved to keep your hair?
During that time, yes.
So, Jay Versace was not off with what he said. And I think this is a conversation that we need to have. Because we talk about the makeup industry a lot and how they're not inclusive to dark-skinned women. But when it comes to modeling, because we see dark-skinned women on a big scale, we think, okay, there's inclusivity, but we don't see the back end unless you're really in the modeling industry. And the back end is, once they get those 2 dark-skinned girls out of the 8 billion that might be on Earth. I don't know. I'm not on Google right now, but there's a lot of black women on Earth. And there's a lot of beautiful black women on Earth. But once they get their 1 or 2, they're good. That's it. Think about it. Every single generation, we've only had like 2 famous models, 2 or 3. The 90s, 2000s, it was Tyra Banks and Naomi Campbell. Tyra looks like a Barbie. Naomi Campbell looks like a Barbie. 2010s till now, we have Anouk, Ducky Thought. What do they look like? You see the pattern here? It's not fair. Because there will be 1 million of Gigi Hadids, 1 million of Kendall Jenners. And they'll be popular on a big scale. They'll be pushed. At the end of the day, modeling is not... It's like music. Like you when you're signed to an agency, like that, they book you stuff. That's how you get big. You understand? So just like in the music industry, you know, when you're signed to a label, they push you, and that helps you further your career. That's the same thing in the modeling industry. But they only push a certain select few of black girls. And that's why we don't see that many that are so successful and famous on a big scale. We normally see 1 or 2 every 20 years. That's not right. So I'm glad that he brought it up, and I don't care if people are mad. I'm an African woman. At the end of the day, I was born in America, but I'm Senegalese and Guinean, and I definitely look African from what I hear. I've never really paid attention to that shit, but there's been people that have told me in like real life experiences, like they've told me like, oh, I already knew you were African from when I saw you. So I don't know. But what I do know is, as an African girl, I was not offended. I was actually relieved that somebody else spoke on it, because it's been an issue for a while, and a lot of people gaslight when you speak on it because they see the Anoks and they see the Ducky Thoughts. So they're like, well, these girls are famous, so what are you talking about? If these girls can do it, then why can't you? It's like, that's not... I can be the most beautiful dark-skinned girl in the world. If they're already good with their 2 dark skins that are famous for that decade or so, it don't matter how beautiful I am. I'm going to have to get there another way besides strictly going to the modeling industry. At this point, it's either nepotism or growing on social media. No shade. Let's be real. Okay? So, I think this is something that we need to talk about because there's a lot of black women who I think would do amazing in modeling, and they definitely are beautiful, but because they're not that description that these agencies look for, and because they don't like to hire a lot of us, or at least push a lot of us, there's not a lot of chances for black girls to flourish in the modeling industry, and that's not fair. So definitely happy that he spoke on that. But that's it for this video. I do hope you guys enjoyed. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Shakira, aka Shakira Miriam, and I talk about colorism, texturism, and featureism, and any issues in the black community. So please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe because it is free. And baby girl, we trying to have this message heard out loud, okay? I'm been sick and tired of the lack of recognition that dark-skinned women get, the lack of respect that we get, and I think that it's time for it to be called out on a huge scale. So, if y'all want it to be called out on a huge scale and you really want some change, I'm telling you, I'm the girl to do it. I'm the girl, so you better subscribe so we can really put it on the scale. But, I do love you guys, and I'll see you guys very soon. And if you are a black woman, please remember that you are beautiful, you are golden, and keep shitting on these hoes, okay? But I'll see you guys. I love you. Besos.